What if the cops sworn to protect us encounter something they couldn't explain? These are the chilling moments when law enforcement witnessed the paranormal. On April 9th, 2012, it was a quiet afternoon and he returned to the woods to continue working on his horror movie. The spot was deep in the trees, where he had set up a ritual circle the night before. It was only a prop, something he had designed for the film after doing some research. But what happened next didn't feel like part of the script.
See that thing right there? It's creeping me out. I lived here for going on 7 years and walked 100 miles through these woods. Never seen that shape before right there. See? It's got a funny head shape.
As he walked toward the spot, scanning the area for wildlife, he froze in fear. Near the ritual circle, there was a figure. It didn't move, but it wasn't a tree or a stump. Its shape was unnatural and stood right where the circle had been drawn.
I wasn't here earlier. Yeah, no, it's not a stump. It's not a broken tree or whatever. I don't know. It looks like it's connected right there, but it's not. I've been over there 1,000 times. It's weird. See, I looked through the door.
He stared, trying to make sense of it. The figure seemed to blend into the shadows, yet it was there, clear as day. It wasn't an animal, and it wasn't anything he could explain. Later that evening, he returned with a camera, but when he reached the spot again, the figure was gone.
See, I looked through the door. If I moved, then it moved.
It didn't feel like a coincidence that the figure had been exactly where the ritual circle was. He had come to the woods to create a story, but now he wondered if he had accidentally invited something real. With that being said, let's move on to our second piece of paranormal footage. On October 16th, 2022, in the forests of south of Williams, Arizona, late at night, deep in the woods, 12 miles south of Williams, Arizona, a man parked his RV for some peaceful time, but what he experienced was far from peaceful. It might be his worst nightmare. The silence of the forest was interrupted by a woman's screams for help. The cries echoed in the trees, sending chills down his spine. He grabbed his camera. He got out a flashlight. As he searched for the source, his light caught a shadow of a man standing still, watching him from the trees. Before he could react, gunshots rang out.
Okay, that's creepy.
He was panicked. He knew he had to run back to the safety of his RV and lock the door, but the danger wasn't over. From inside, he could hear movement near the RV. Soon, the man began breaking into the storage compartment under the RV. The intruder was trying to crawl beneath the floor to get inside.
Okay. I just heard that. I just heard the bay door open.
With trembling hands, he clutched his phone to record what he could. The fear was overwhelming, but he stayed silent, hoping the intruder wouldn't succeed. Every sound outside felt louder, closer. Was it all planned to scare the man? Or was something sinister haunting that place? Whatever happened that night remains a terrifying mystery, but every chilling moment was captured on camera. Let's move on to our third mysterious piece of footage. On December 9th, 2013, at 3 a.m., the quiet of the building was broken as the automatic doors slid open on their own. He stood up, smiled, and politely welcomed the visitor. He grabbed a clipboard and pretended to take down their information, treating it like a routine encounter. Everything seems normal, until the CCTV footage was reviewed later. The camera showed the doors opening, but there was no one there. As the guard spoke to the space, even offered it a wheelchair, there was no human around. The shadow, or something sinister, was moving closer to the guard. The footage left everyone shaken. The guard had no explanation, insisting it felt like a real person had been there. Whatever entered that night wasn't human, but it had been welcomed in like a guest. Would it leave this place the same way it entered? With this question still tingling our minds, let's move on to our fourth footage of paranormal activities. On February 21st, 2023, this video got uploaded on YouTube, and every single person who watched it was left speechless. Are ghosts this close to us? So, this security guard was working on a night shift when he was caught on camera talking to someone.
Luis Alvarez uploaded a video taken from a security camera where a man can be seen waving to someone in the dark. He sees someone we can't see. He goes over to open the door for what he would later describe as a lost old lady. While conversing with the old lady, he waits for the elevator, and this happens.
It looked like he was talking to someone and trying to help who was lost. But who was it? According to the security footage, there was no one around. As soon as he talked to someone on the phone, he came to know that he was all alone.
He runs off the building after the horrifying realization.
He ran for his life when the elevator wasn't coming down. He ran out of the building, and people say he didn't work in the building after this paranormal encounter. What he claimed was an old-age woman trying to find her way back home was just a ghost. With that being said, let's move on to our fifth paranormal activity. On August 23rd, 2021, this security guard was watching over a shut-down area in the hospital. It was midnight. There were no patients or nurses around. This security guard had the eerie feeling that he still wasn't alone. What's about to happen next will surely confirm his doubts. What you just witnessed is only a wheelchair standing in a hallway. Nothing is terrifying about that until this next moment. At first, it was slow, just a slight shift, but then it rolled forward as if pushed by invisible hands.
Come on. Fuck Christ. See, I fucking don't. No.
Yes, the wheelchair started moving by itself when no one was around. His heart pounded in his chest, and he could not look away. There was no one there. No patient, no nurse, nothing but the empty chair moving down the hall as if something unseen was sitting in it. This security guard definitely won't work during night shifts again. With that being said, let's move on to our next case. On the 9th of June, 2021, cops arrived at the graveyard after hearing noise complaints from the neighborhood. The cops didn't have the slightest idea what was waiting for them. As soon as the cops tried to enter the graveyard, they heard screams, as if someone was not happy to see them there. The cops ran as soon as they encountered the noises. Another similar thing happened to this cop, as soon as he tried to approach the creature moving in the woods. A loud screeching sound came from the woods. The cop didn't dare to step ahead and ran back to his patrol car. With that being said, let's move on to our seventh piece of paranormal footage. On October 27th, 2024, a spirit at the railway station was recorded. He was filming at an abandoned railway station when he saw her. A woman sitting alone on a bench. She wore a pale dress, perfectly still. Something about her didn't feel right.
रात के 12 बज रहे हैं और आप लोग देख सकते हैं दूर दूर तो कोई नजर नहीं आ रहा। इस रेलवे स्टेशन पे नजर आ रही तो सिर्फ वो औरत। यहाँ पे देख सकते हो भाई रात के 12 बजे।
He later claimed she wasn't human, but a spirit that haunts the station, chasing trains that no longer stop. Locals say she's the reason the station is always empty, day or night.
औरत यहाँ पे क्या कर रही है? जैसा लोग बोलते थे कि भाई ये औरत नहीं है, औरत की आत्मा।
When he checked his footage, the bench was empty. The woman had vanished, leaving only a chilling memory behind.
है जो कि ट्रेन के आने का इंतजार करती रहते हैं और यह ट्रेन निकलेगी उसके पीछे ही जाती है, पता नहीं क्या करना चाहती है। कई सारे लोगों को ये नुकसान पहुंचा चुकी है, इसीलिए भाई इसके डर से इस रेलवे स्टेशन पे भाई कोई आता नहीं है और आप लोग देख ही सकते हो कितना ज़्यादा खतरनाक। और
Moving on to our eighth piece of paranormal footage. On January 28th, 2023, it was late at night, and the security guard had been at his post for hours. He fell asleep with the stick resting in his hand, and the quiet around him was undisturbed. But then, the surveillance camera saw something strange. A white apparition appeared near the iron gate. It didn't open the gate. It simply walked through the locked bars and disappeared into the shadows. The guard woke suddenly when his stick fell to the ground with a loud thud. He woke up, he looked around, but saw no one. Everything was still. The gate was locked, and nothing seemed out of place. A chill ran down his spine, and he froze in fear. He picked up his stick, trying to shake off the fear, but the strange feeling stayed with him. That night, he couldn't forget the sense that something or someone unseen had been there. To this day, the story of the ghostly figure crossing the gate remains a mystery. With that being said, let's move on to our 9th piece of footage. On July 8th, 2023, scary body cam footage was revealed. An officer was out on duty on his patrol, but he was about to encounter some paranormal activities at a house he was searching after getting a noise complaint. This was just the start of horrifying activities.
I'm at site 422.
This last clip is from a patrol officer who swears he keeps seeing shadows on and inside of this building.
Site 422. This place definitely gives out some creepy vibes.
The body cam captures something or someone on the inside of this abandoned building. Yet no one is
As you see, there was an unexplainable shadow around the window. The atmosphere around this house was so eerie, and there were silent screams everywhere.
supposed to be inside.
I keep seeing shadows walking by. What the f***?
Did the cop run back or continue his search? Did he make his way back or not? These mysteries will always remain like this. On July 25th, 2024, a security guard was doing his usual checks at a hospital late at night. The building was quiet, with most patients and staff asleep. As he walked down one of the long hallways, he noticed someone at the far end. The person looked like they were walking slowly, but something about it felt strange.
Ghost in hallway of haunted hospital.
The guard called out, but there was no answer. When he took a few steps closer, the figure suddenly disappeared right in front of his eyes. Confused, he checked the area, looking into nearby rooms. Everything was empty. Then, he saw the figure again, this time in another hallway. It moved for a moment, then vanished again. The guard felt uneasy but kept searching. There was no sign of anyone, no sound, and no explanation. By the end of his shift, he couldn't shake the feeling that he had seen something he wasn't meant to. These moments prove that even the bravest can't explain what they've seen. From shadowy figures to eerie encounters, the line between reality and the paranormal has never been thinner. Which case left you questioning what's out there? For more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video. Comment below which case you find the most terrifying. And don't forget to press the bell icon for future notifications.